Breaking news in the boxing world. Gennady GGG Golovkin, who everybody has some sympathy for, has done the unthinkable. He's fighting another 154 pounder, man. Canelo Alvarez 154 pounder, man. The guy's like 5'7", 5'8". He shouldn't be fighting at 160. He's just a fat boy. He likes to eat. That's why he's at 160. Just when we all was feeling sorry for Gennady Golovkin, I personally wasn't feeling sorry for Gennady Golovkin because based on the fact that I thought the fight that should have happened instead of the Canelo versus GGG too, because the first fight, I didn't like the first fight because it was too much controversy to it, and I felt like the second fight would have been the same. I wanted Gennady Golovkin to go fight Billy Joe Saunders. I used to be a fan of Gennady Golovkin's style, even though he didn't have defense, but I like the fact that he had a good chin. He still came forward, and he goes in there for the knockout. But his last few fights against Daniel Jacob, Canelo Alvarez, he just can't get the knockout. And ever since he got exposed against Brook, he just hasn't looked the same. Now this guy Cherry picks a 154 pounder and VANES. What is going on with the boxing world? How can they let Gennady Golovkin cherry picks a 154 pounder, a guy that's inactive, a guy that's never been in the ring for so long? Is this all a promotional thing, man? They just want Gennady Golovkin to get an easy knockout so they can make the fight bigger than what they can make the fight Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin too bigger than what it should be, because most of these casual fanboys gonna pay for it. These casual fanboy, Gennady Golovkin fanboy, they're gonna give Gennady Golovkin a pass for cherry picking VANES. VANES, it's not really a good fighter. He's a 154 pounder, small 154 pounder as well. I mean, he's gonna get knocked out by Gennady Golovkin. The fight's not even gonna go past 4 or 5 rounds. If it does, then Gennady Golovkin's in trouble. If the fight go past 3 or 4 rounds, Gennady Golovkin's in trouble. Not in the fight, but just in trouble being though that he's showing some age into him. That's what I mean by when I say he's in trouble. He's showing some age into him. So I mean that right there. If this fight goes past 6, 7 rounds, Gennady Golovkin is gonna lose to Canelo Alvarez in the rematch. But nobody wants to see this fight. I don't want to see this fight. I know you guys don't want to. Even hardcore Gennady Golovkin fanboys should be protesting this fight. This is not the fight for the fans. We'd rather see Gennady Golovkin versus Jermall Charlo or Durianchenko. He needs to fight a 160 pounder, or maybe even Boo Boo Andre. I mean, even an Erislandy Lara would have been a good fight, but Erislandy Lara just got beat up. I don't think that fight's gonna happen, and he just got in the fight anyway. This is not a fan-friendly fight. This is not the fight we wanted to see. We would have rather seen the rematch, Gennady Golovkin versus Daniel Jacobs. If Gennady Golovkin could have went in there and fight Daniel Jacobs in the rematch at May 5th, you know, just go in there and prove to the world that you beat Daniel Jacobs the first time, which I thought Daniel Jacob won by at least 1 or 2 rounds. But anyway, should have went in there and put an exclamation point on his. Gennady Golovkin should have went in there and fought Daniel Jacobs for the rematch. You know how big the Canelo fight would have been? Gennady Golovkin could have fought Daniel Jacobs and beat him for the second time, legit this time without ridiculous scores from the judges. Do you know how big it would have made Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G fight? Would have made it a big fight, because Gennady Golovkin, the only guy that really gave Gennady Golovkin problems, Daniel Jacobs, who I thought beat on Gennady Golovkin for 12 rounds. The only time Gennady Golovkin shows some grit and some signs of dominance was when he dropped Daniel Jacobs in that 1 round. Ever since that round, it went back to what it was. Gennady Golovkin was scared to throw his hands. He was scared to. I mean, he was letting his hands go, but not as ferocious as we used to. VANES Martirosyan got smashed up by Jermell Charlo, and now his leftovers, Jermell Charlo leftovers, Gennady Golovkin, it wants to fight. Like, this guy is done. Martirosyan it's not really a good fighter. He's not a 160-pound fighter. How can these guys allow this fight to happen, man? Why can't you fight Jermell Charlo brother, Jermall Charlo, man? Gennady Golovkin is a shame for boxing.